Utah Sweet Savings, and I just got done working out at the gym, and I'm exhausted, but it's been awesome. And I thought I'd grab Greg while I was here. He is the head of training at the gym at Station Park and the gym at City Creek, and an all-around fitness guru. And I'm super excited. I grabbed him, and I thought, let's have him answer some questions for us. I get asked all the time, what's your trainer telling you? Give me all the secrets. And I thought if we could get him, he'd let us know. And he also wrote this awesome book called Body Fit. And he's just an all-around guy. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my background is I've been doing training for close to 8 years. And obviously I really love it because I like to help people and get people into shape. And so my background is I went to school for fitness. I played college baseball all 4 years, and after my baseball career was over, I was a little bit lost, but I knew I loved to work out, and I knew I loved people, and so that's exactly why I got into the personal training industry, and ever since then, I've been hooked, and I'm very glad and excited to be able to do this interview because I want to be able to help touch more people's lives with fitness advice and how to get better and how to make it more, a little bit more simple than a lot of the complex things that you hear that are always changing every single day. So
awesome. So that is one of the things that I struggle with is how to make things quick and simple. And what are your tips? If you could give us any quick tips on how to simplify my crazy life and get me into the gym or get me physically fit, what would you say?
Well, the first thing I would start off is making sure you don't think you have to work out 2 hours a day in order to reach your results. Okay. The second thing is to make sure you're doing specific exercises and workout routines that give you the most bang for your buck. So when you come in the gym, you want to make sure you're not doing too many isolation exercises. You're doing more full body exercises with less rest to make sure you're burning the most calories in the shortest amount of time.
Okay, so tell me what isolation is.
Okay, so an isolation exercise is a good example would be the inner and outer thigh machine for women.
Right.
Or for men.
Yeah, because I've tried that. I sat on there and thought, okay, this is going to get my thighs all cute and skinny.
Yeah, no, that's... And the thing is, there is a place in a fitness program for that, but that's usually if you're just getting started or trying to incorporate, more calorie-burning exercises in a workout and you only have 20, 30 minutes, I would avoid that and go to something more of, doing squats or ball squats or lunges or any more things that include your body weight where you're actually doing the movement.
Okay. So get to the gym, but do full body exercises.
Correct.
Okay, so that's our first tip. Okay, so my next question is carbohydrates. The C word, right, ladies? I am deathly afraid of carbohydrates. They scare me. And when I lost my weight, I stayed away from all carbs, all sugars. I was crazy. And then I came back off of it, and I didn't know how to manage. And that's not the long-term option.
Yeah.
Staying off
Yep.
all sugar, all carbs.
Yep.
I felt crazy. So tell me what you say when someone says, what do I do about carbs?
Yeah. So carbohydrates, to keep it simple, they're basically, they get converted to sugar in your body. You just want to make sure you're getting the most quality carbohydrates.
Okay.
Typically in forms of whether that's grains, complex carbohydrates like rice. You can even do whole wheat pasta. There's little things that you can use to remember. We want this to be a long-term lifestyle. So
right.
You don't want to go on any crazy cutting diet. You want to be able to incorporate healthy choices that you can make every day and set yourself up for success. So carbohydrates, things you obviously want to stay away from are the cakes and the cookies and the candies,
sure.
Things like that. Just because they're simple. But when I say stay away from, I don't mean forever.
Okay.
There are times...
That's good news.
Yes.
Right?
There are times where you should be having cheat meals throughout the week to keep you sane so that you don't feel like you're in a diet. Because remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So you don't want to make really hardcore diet. A lot of people make the mistake of they get a diet, and it's so hardcore that they follow it, they get some results, but then it's hard to, they can't see themselves doing this 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And then they binge. Then they go, you know what? Life gets stressful. Things get in the way. The kids got in the way. My work, my boss is doing this. My husband or wife are doing this. And next thing you know, you just have the, I'm just going to eat whatever I want because there's no point. And you binge because your body hasn't had carbohydrates in so long.
Another thing that my readers always ask, you guys are always asking me, how many calories should I eat, right? I mean, isn't that what you want to know?
Yep.
How many calories? Do I need to count calories? Do I need to make sure I'm at a certain level every day?
So that's more of a complex question because it is based off how many days a week you work out and things like that. The first thing I would do is keep it simple. Make the adjustment to, have, easy foods to eat, such as, instead of going, let me only eat 300 calories in this meal, start with the habit of, instead of eating, 85% fat or 85%, ground beef, try to move it to 90. Or instead of eating white bread, try to eat whole wheat bread. Make those small changes first on eating healthy, and then once you get that, routine and get used to that, then you'd move into your second sequence of being able to count calories and make those types of changes. So,
okay, so you're saying that the number of calories would be adjusted depending on how physically active I am.
Correct.
But more importantly, I need to make sure that I'm eating healthy and making better choices.
Correct, because what will happen is by choosing healthier choices, you're actually bringing your calorie intake down.
Sure.
So we're actually prepping you for a lower calorie diet. So you're eating the correct amount of calories per day. So that's why I want you guys to keep it simple and focus just on eating healthier first, and then moving over into paying attention to calories.
Okay. So tell me, you mentioned stress. Stress is a huge problem for me, and I know for you guys, right? So what do I do with stress and eating? I find myself eating when I'm not even realizing I'm doing it. And when I'm stressed, I go for the easy and the non-healthy food, it seems like.
Yeah.
Every time, that's what I am attracted to.
Yeah. So when it comes to stress, you're almost actually better off first learning how to manage the stress before you even go into the diet part, because stress does play a big role in, let me go eat a whole pizza,
right,
or the whole bag of candy. We've all done it, including me. We've all done it because you get stressed out. you get stressed out, and so the best thing to do is, if you get some stress management techniques that help keep you, grounded and more level, then you end up finding out that those cravings don't, they're much less when it comes to wanting to eat the bad foods.
Right.
So, when you're stressed out, have some things, some tips that I use in my personal life. So number one, I plan some of my meals when I'm going to go eat out.
Okay.
So if I know Friday night is, family night, or I'm going to hang out with friends,
right,
I'm going to build my diet around the times where I'm going to have my cheat meals.
Okay, so like I'm going out tonight with a bunch of friends.
Yes.
So planning the rest of my week.
Yep.
The beginning of this week, which may not have been as good as today, and then throughout the rest of the week, I need to kind of plan around tonight.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct. So you want to plan. You number one, you need to know you're human. So you're gonna, in today's world, you're gonna eat out.
Yeah.
There's gonna be meetings, family get-togethers, barbecues.
Absolutely, and we still want to enjoy those things.
Yes.
I don't want my whole life to be totally centered, because that's what I did.
Yep.
For a year, I just said no, and I kind of felt left out a lot.
Yep.
Where a bunch of friends are getting together and they're going to the waffle track.
Yep.
And I know I can't do that every day, but
Yep.
I felt like I could never do it.
And that's one of the things, think about it, we're talking about stress. That is an indirect, kind of a silent stress, right? You don't realize it by cutting out so many things.
Oh, okay.
You're actually taking away from it. Being fit is more than just like having a great body. Being fit is a lifestyle. You want to have everything. You want to have good relationships, not only with yourself, but with family, friends, food.
Okay.
And if you're taking away from some of that, that's definitely going to contribute to more stress in your life. It's actually going to hurt you more than help you.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you're incorporating.
I can see that because I felt that way when I would freak out and be like, oh, I feel so left out.
Yep.
As soon as I allowed myself
Yep.
even a tiny bit, that's when I found, like you said, binging, where
Yep.
it was like, oh, I can have a little bit of this, and then
Yep.
one little bite has never been enough for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So plan around the events you want to do. Remember,
Okay.
like I said, lifestyle means life. Actually live life and do the things you enjoy doing.
Okay.
The second thing with stress that I use in my personal life, and some people may or may not want to do this, but I do actually one time per month. I schedule a massage.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to tell my husband that Greg said I have to do this. Okay, go on.
Well, and you should. One of the reasons why I do it is mostly for the relaxation portion of it, especially when you're very busy.
Yeah.
You're go. You've got your to-do list is this long and counting. And if you don't plan out, most people make the mistake, they don't plan out rest periods.
So put those in your calendar
Yep.
as well.
First, before you come up with all the things
Okay.
you have to do,
Okay.
you got to reverse engineer it and do it backwards.
Okay.
So put it in first, and then do your work task after that.
Okay.
So you're actually scheduling friend and family time. You're scheduling your own personal relaxation time, which is something I particularly see with moms who neglect. They put that, they have the intent to plan to relax.
Yeah, right? We want to do, and we want to take care of our kids. Like, kids are top priority. And I know I feel a guilt, where you tend to, when you take time out for yourself, now you feel guilty that you're not home watching those kids, or leaving them with a babysitter, or you're not being a good mom.
Yeah.
But I found that when I do those things, I come back refreshed and better.
Yep.
And then I am a better mom.
Yep. And you also want to look at like quality over quantity, right? So if you're spending 24 hours with your kid and never taking any rest, about 10 of those hours you're physically there, but mentally you're not.
Yeah.
So which one is doing a better job being there?
I tell my kids, do you want mean mom or a nice mom?
Exactly.
And they know the difference. There's the grumpy mom who is tired or when I'm rejuvenated and feeling better. So even if you don't do a massage, take some time out.
Absolutely.
Schedule in those relaxation times.
It also will keep you sane because you'll know if you have it planned in advance, 2-3 weeks, you at least know there's a finish line. I'm going to do all these things, but in 3 weeks, I have 1 day or 2 hours or whatever that is.
Girls' night out.
It'll just be me time. So I know I'll get that rejuvenation, kind of like a halftime, so I can come back and be the best mom or dad or whoever you're trying to be.
I love it. Great tips. Great tips. So another question that people have asked me about working out with a trainer is that am I concerned about getting too big? Like, I don't want to do weights. I don't want to do weight training because I want to thin up, right?
Yep.
I don't want to get big and bulky and look like a trainer.
Yeah.
I want to be thin and petite, which I will never be tiny, but I would like to be thinner and slimmer.
Yep.
So what do you say to those people who are like, keep me away from those weights, I don't want that?
Well, so that is probably the biggest myth, is weight training will bulk you up. The only way to actually, bulk up is you have to do it on purpose, which is if it was that easy to just bulk up, then there would be no supplement industry, there would be no steroids, none of that.
Sure.
Because all you'd have to do is just lift heavy weights.
Sure.
But the body is more complex than that. Actually, when you lift weights, you get leaner and tighter because your muscle fibers will actually, instead of bulking out this way, they become nice and slender and tight because you're getting fat is bulkier than muscle. And so that's what you want to focus on is the weight training.
Muscle.
Yep, the weight training itself will help build you lean muscle tissue, which will help burn more calories, burn more fat, even while you're not working out.
Okay.
And that's the benefit that most people don't know is when you put on more muscle mass, you put on, you're actually adding a higher metabolism, so you're burning things more efficiently. You're creating a machine. And that's what you want to do.
Absolutely.
You want to fit in those nice jeans or that nice dress or outfit and have a nice tone look. Definitely have weight training as part of your program. So if you're not doing weight training, you're missing out on a big benefit as far as getting yourself to look the way that you want to look. The next thing is cardio. Most people who are trying to tone up or lean out, particularly women, will ditch weight training altogether and only focus on cardio.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is there a certain amount of time we want to spend doing cardio? Is there a percentage of cardio versus weight training?
Yeah.
Is it how many hours do I need to spend doing cardio every day?
So, and this is the great thing about what we actually promote. Every person's body's different.
Okay.
So there is no one program and that's it. So some people may need a little bit more cardio or a little bit less based on how much weight training they're doing, what their nutrition is like for, creating the muscle building environment.
Yeah.
And so cardio, I typically don't recommend doing cardio, specifically really slow cardio, for longer than 45 minutes. That's kind of like that, as much as
You're done.
In my experience and opinion, based off clients' results, that's as much as you should do.
Okay, I like 45 minutes.
But you can incorporate things such as high-intensity training, which is doing intervals and things of that nature to make sure that you're maximizing your time in the gym, because we don't want to keep you in the gym for 3 hours.
Yeah, I like to get in, get out. So what would be, if I have 30 minutes, I can't do 45 minutes, I can't come to the gym for an hour, I have 30 minutes, get in, get out. What do I do?
I would actually focus on a circuit-style training with weights and cardio at the same time.
Okay.
The way you do that is you just keep your rest periods very short, if possibly zero, if you're doing different muscle
running
groups.
from next thing to the next thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you would actually do things such as full body, maybe some jump squats, some push-ups, or some chest press, some back rows, shoulder presses, and you just keep moving. What that'll do is it'll keep your heart rate at an elevated pace, and that will help you to burn more calories and get more bang for your buck. Way better than 30 minutes or 20 minutes of just slow cardio. Way better, because you're actually getting an opportunity to do both. Build some muscle, burn some fat, you get a little bit of cardio in there, and then if you're changing your eating habits to healthier, you should start to see some pretty big changes.
That's what we did today, and I am tired. Run from one thing to the next. Thanks so much, Greg.
You got it. And if you guys want to get a copy of the book, just go ahead. Becky's going to go ahead and post a link to it. But I'm really happy that I can provide some of this information, and I'm looking forward to it in the future. So thanks a lot again, Becky.
Yeah, and we'll keep doing this, you guys. Seriously, Greg is just a wealth of knowledge. He has so much in there, and we're just going to tap it and get it all out. It's all in his book, but we're going to do some more of this. So go ahead and comment below. Let me know what your questions are for Greg. We'll keep bugging him.
Yes. And remember, I'm at the gym at City Creek and Station Park, so come see me.
Okay, thanks, guys.